Hey up, it's Steve from that old Yorkshire Geek. A bit of alien news, as in not just, general aliens, alien, xenomorphs, Ridley Scott, all that stuff. Bit of news about that. The TV series, FX's Alien series, is going to start filming later on this year, apparently. So let's have a look at that. This is from Esquire. As usual, links are in the description. And like and subscribe, share the videos, drop a comment, hit the notification bell. I'm also on Rumble and Anchor.fm and Spotify and Amazon Music Podcasts and Google Podcasts. And you can also follow me on my social medias, Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. Links for all that are in the description, where you'll also find links for the 2 books I wrote. I have written what I wrote, to quote Ernie Wise. Excuse me. Links for them, Mercury Rapids and Silent Predator. Mercury Rapids is, quite a thick book because it's 3 books in one. I originally wrote a trilogy and I've put them together in one volume. They can get on Amazon. And Silent Predator is like a novella. It's less than 100 pages. It's a quick read, but it doesn't cost the earth. She's here. Where is she? Princess is coming again, like she did earlier on. Look, she's coming. Look, can you see her? She's there. She's there. Are you coming to pester me while I do things? Can't have a minute, can I? Right, so let's get on with this. FX's Alien series is slithering towards a TV near you after a long wait. This creature feature is gearing up to start filming this year, and there's Noah Hawley. I think he's most famous for the Fargo TV series, isn't he? If there's one thing you can count on in the Alien Extended Universe, it's this everlasting truth. The xenomorph always comes back. Or is it xenomorph? I always say xenomorph. Because I'm British. Excuse me, I've got chicken stuck in my teeth. Very unprofessional. You can blast it out of an airlock or light it up with a flamethrower, but try as you might, you can't keep a good alien down. Well, you can, but there's just lots of them. So if you thought 2017's Alien Covenant was the last we'd see of this pesky extraterrestrial, I wish it was, I hate that film. Sorry, memories of it coming back now, it's just a terrible film. We have some good, if inevitable, news. Fargo showrunner Noah Hawley is developing an Alien television series for FX, meaning that the xenomorph will be back to inspire fright and disgust once again, this time in weekly instalments. So is it going to be on FX or is it going to be on Disney? Because obviously Disney own Fox, don't they? FX is a Fox station. Or is it different? I don't know. Well, the show is still in the early stages of development, but after months with no news, there's finally some hope on the horizon. FX chief, that FX, as in the boss of the channel FX, or is it the visual effects chief? I think it's the boss of the channel, isn't it? FX chief John Landgraf said during the Television Critics Association press tour, Noah is currently in production on the 5th season of Fargo, but he's in active pre-production on Alien. He's written scripts. I think he's meeting with his production designer in Austin this weekend, gearing up for production this year after he completes the 5th season of Fargo. I didn't see the 4th season. That one with Chris Rock, wasn't it? I'll have to get round to that. In an interview with Esquire, excuse me, Hawley teases an interpretation that blends the franchise's classic creature feature structure with a modern parable about corporate greed, and now new details are emerging about how the series will square up with canon. I hope so, not the stupid canon that Ridley's put in Alien Covenant. Read on for the full rundown of what to expect. Right, what will the Alien series be about? Hawley's Alien will blast out of the airlock with one huge departure from what fans of the franchise know and love. The story will be set on Earth. The Alien stories are always trapped, Hawley told Vanity Fair, trapped in a prison, trapped in a spaceship. Trapped on a colony. I thought it would be interesting to open it up a little bit so that the stakes of what happens if you can't contain it are more immediate. With an Earth setting comes Earth problems, namely income inequality. What? Sorry, I can't fight aliens today. I'm not earning as much as him over there. So I'll see you later. You just take care of him. I'm off. It's always about the message, isn't it? Discussing his inspiration for where to take the franchise, Hawley points to the series' long engagement with working-class characters, from interstellar merchants to Marines on assignment. On some level, it's also a story about inequality, Hawley said in that same conversation. You know, one of the things that I love about the first movie is how 70s a movie it is, and how it's really this blue-collar space trucker world in which Yaphet Kotto and Harry Dean Stanton are basically waiting for Godot. They're like Samuel Beckett characters, ordered to go to a place by a faceless, nameless corporation. The second movie is such an 80s movie, but it's still about grunts. I think he's reading too much into it, I think. Just write an exciting adventure. Don't put a message in it. Yes, Yaphet Kotto and Harry Dean Stanton were always on about the money, weren't they, in the first one? They're saying, we'll do it, if you can get more money and, we don't lose our bonuses. But that doesn't mean that's the message of the film. The film wasn't about that. It was just in the film. In later installments of the Alien franchise, that faceless, nameless corporation was sketched in as the Weyland-Yutani Corporation. But actually in the first one, if you look at the screens, I think it actually says something like Weyland. The Weyland name is mentioned, but I think it says Weyland without the D on, I think. I'm sure I've seen that on the screen somewhere in the first Alien film. Anyway, it was sketched in as the Weyland-Yutani Corporation, a big mega-corporate profiteer whose activities include deep space transport, planetary colonisation and terraforming, to say nothing of their shaded business studying xenomorphs. Landgraf confirms that the series will focus on a new corporate baddie, telling IndieWire Weyland-Yutani has been an important component of the movies. There are references to that corporation in this show, but it actually takes place in the territory of a different corporation that Noah invented. But don't expect any familiar framing here. Hawley plans to widen the lens from the franchise's usual grunts, with an added emphasis on the corporate raiders dispatching them into deep space. In my show, you're also going to see the people who are sending them, Hawley said, so you will see what happens when the inequality we're struggling with now isn't resolved. If we as a society can't figure out how to prop each other up and spread the wealth, then what's going to happen to us? It's easy for, it's easy for wealthy people to say that, isn't it? Anyway, in an exclusive interview with Esquire, Hawley discussed the sea of competition his big baddies will face in the new series. Right, here we go. It's set on the Earth of the future. At this moment, I describe that as Edison versus Westinghouse versus Tesla. Someone's going to monopolise electricity. We just don't know which one it is. In the movies, we have this Weyland-Yutani Corporation, which is clearly also developing artificial intelligence. But what if there are other companies trying to look at immortality in a different way, with cyborg enhancements or transhuman downloads? Which of those technologies is going to win? I don't know what they're talking about. Developing artificial intelligence. Are they talking about the androids that they use? Because that's clearly said in Aliens that they're not Weyland-Yutani androids, it's Hyperdyne systems. That's what they are. Anyway. Which of those technologies is going to win? It's ultimately a classic science fiction question, unless Hyperdyne is a subsidiary of Weyland-Yutani. I don't know. It's ultimately a classic science fiction question. Does humanity deserve to survive? As Sigourney Weaver said in that second movie, I don't know which species is worse. At least they don't F each other over for a percentage. I believe the phrase was a goddamn percentage. Speaking of Sigourney Weaver, don't expect to see Ellen Ripley here. Hawley's quick to point out that he's not planning to send the franchise's greatest character through the xenomorph ringer again. Somewhere Ripley's breathing a sigh of relief. Well, it depends when it's set, doesn't it? It's not a Ripley story, Hawley said. She's one of the great characters of all time, and I think the story has been told pretty perfectly, and I don't want to mess with it. FX Chief John Landgraf confirms that it's not just Ripley getting a well-deserved vacation, it's her entire crew. He offered these key details about the series' set and setting. Oh, there we go. Alien takes place before Ripley. Oh, there we go. Hang on. That's it. Takes place before Ripley. It's the first story in the Alien franchise. Excuse me, I've got a frog in my throat. It takes place on our planet near the end of this century we're currently in, 70 odd years from now. All I can tell you is Ripley won't be a part of it. Technically, it's not the first one that takes place on Earth, because that was Alien vs Predator, wasn't it? There you go. All I can tell you is Ripley won't be a part of it, and neither will any other characters other than the alien itself. Noah has an incredible ability to both find a way of being faithful and showing fidelity to an original creation, like to the Coen brothers with Fargo, or to Ridley Scott's movie and James Cameron's follow-up Aliens. But also to bring something new that represents both an extension and reinvention of a franchise at the same time. He's done a masterful job with Alien, as he did with Fargo. There are some big surprises in store for the audience. Long-time Alien fans may be nervous about the series mixing up parts of the familiar formula. It's a prequel again. And they may be scarred from divisive prequels like Prometheus and Covenant, the Star Trek ones. But Landgraf encourages viewers to be patient. I hope they will feel like it's faithful to the franchise. Speaking of Star Trek, by the way, Noah Hawley was supposed to be directing Star Trek 4, wasn't he? That didn't happen. Where were we? I hope they feel like it's faithful to the franchise they love, but also a brave and original reinvention of that franchise, he said. He also promised that the series will return not just to the roots of Alien, but its sequel Aliens. I remember watching both of them in the theatre, and how shockingly original and surprising each of them was in its own way, Landgraf said. And so, similar to his approach to Fargo, Noah decided not to take Ripley or any character from Alien, except perhaps the xenomorph itself. The guy, if it's set at the end of this century, she won't be born, will she, for decades? Anyway. But go back and figure out what made the franchise so great and so durable in the first place. And see if he could find an experience that felt like walking into a theatre and seeing one of those first two movies where you get caught off guard. Right, who is attached to the Alien series? Casting news has yet to be announced. Hawley, however, is attached as showrunner, which bodes well for the future of the series. Yeah, because he's a respected filmmaker and showrunner. The series will also keep it in the family, with Alien creator Ridley Scott signed on as a producer. Hopefully, is just a producer with no, influence. Because Prometheus and Covenant weren't very good. Although I did quite like Prometheus, but it still wasn't very good, was it? It looked nice. And Covenant was just terrible. When will the Alien series come out? It's too soon to say when we can expect to see the xenomorph lunge onto our screens, but the wheels of progress are turning, and with filming set to begin sometime this year. Watch this space. Anyway, so there you go. So the Alien series is in active production. So when will that be coming out? Film it later this year. Got to give it at least another year, haven't you, for the post-production. So probably back end of next year or early 2025. Remember when we used to get 24 episode TV series every year? That doesn't happen anymore now, that does it? Doesn't happen anymore. We were spoiled. Right, I'll leave it there. So, thanks for watching. Wherever you are in the universe, look after each other. Don't get got by a xenomorph, for heaven's sake. And until next time, I'll see thee.